Just clearing out the cards, clearing out the energy here. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome. Welcome to my channel. We're going to do all signs. We're going to look into love. And we're also going to pull a card to see if there's any chakras that are blocked on your partner or your other person. Okay? Hi there. Welcome. We're going to clear out this space. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And don't forget to follow, subscribe so you don't miss my lives. Also, don't forget to check out my podcast, which is now live on Apple Podcasts. I'm super excited about my podcast. I've been wanting to start a podcast and I finally did. So also you could check out my articles, my newsletters on Substack as well. Everything is linked in the description box. Okay. Gotta clear the energy. Just to make sure everything is good. Right. So we're gonna do each zodiac sign. Okay. And I'm gonna start with Aries. Sun, moon, and rising. So if that's you or you know someone, let's see what comes up here, okay? This is gonna, whoa, that was pretty quick. This is gonna be love and romance, who is coming in from now into the rest of January. Whoa, okay. Somebody definitely got something to say here. Okay, so this is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, who is coming in. All right, so these are the cards that came out. And then we're going to look at any chakras that are affecting your other person. What chakras are affecting this person? Just looking at, I just want chakra. What chakras are affecting this person? A lot of cards coming out here. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, we got ear chakra. Okay, so the person that you're dealing with right now has a block in their ear chakra. I feel like with this person, they can be a bit stubborn, as a lot of Aries are. And I feel like you or somebody else has been trying to talk to this person about a situation, and it just seems like it's falling on deaf ears. Like they're not really listening, they don't want to listen. I do feel that this person could be stuck a bit in the past, and is really not doing anything to resolve whatever issues are coming up from the past. It's like they're kind of stuck, and they're not really doing anything. They're not listening to anyone. If anyone is trying to encourage them to do something about it, they're not really listening. And they're just kind of stuck in limbo, is what it feels like. I feel like this person is very intuitive. Okay, this person is very intuitive. They feel things, but they have a tendency to block it out. They have a tendency to block, all that stuff out. So I also feel like this person is not using their creative energy enough, and they need to. Particularly, like, singing and dancing is something that could make them come to life, like bring them to life. Maybe that's something they used to do in the past, and they need to go back to doing that again. Sometimes your creative energy gets very stagnant, and you need to get it moving. I do feel that there are a lot of like negative energy around this person, and they do need to protect themselves. Okay, they really do need to block out a lot of negative people and negative talking and negative thoughts. They got to block that out. This person needs to work more on working with their spirit guides, connecting with spirituality, because I feel like they're disconnected. There's like a block there, and that really affects them because they think about the past a lot, things that happened in the past, or maybe they wish they could change the past, but there's things about the past that they think a lot about, and it kind of affects their ability to really enjoy life right now, or even plan things out, plan for their future. They do have a spirit animal that is around them. It's an animal that passed within the last couple years. That animal is around them. That animal loved them. It could be a family pet that loved them a lot, and that animal is around them. And like I said, this person is very intuitive. They have the ability to connect with a higher source. But right now, the main thing is that this person has a block in their ear chakra. So they have to focus on that. Now, I see someone here making an effort, okay? Somebody here is making an effort. And the other person will be making an effort towards the other person. So just be aware of that. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting fire energy. Well, it is Aries. So Aries is a fire sign, but I do get strong fire energy here. And I do see that someone is going to make the effort towards the other person. And there is a need to stay positive. Stay positive when it comes to love. Again, I see this person looking in the past. And maybe they have some doubts. They're not sure. They have trust issues, so they could be a little hesitant about investing in this connection. So just be aware of that. Like someone here, either your partner or you there could be a little bit of confusion. Somebody here is paused, like they're not making a move right now. They're like, wait, let me figure out if I want to invest in this or something else. And somebody here could be drinking a lot, so be aware of that. And that could be causing the confusion, so just be aware of that. There is a lot of passion here. There's a lot of passion here, and it's mutual. I do feel that it is mutual. And someone here feels like this person is the one, like this person is it for them. Like they don't have to look anymore. That's what it feels like. So it looks positive for Aries, that you meet someone who you feel is the one, or the person that you've been dealing with is the one. So just be aware of that. Yeah. So this could be a new beginning that comes in for a very solid future, okay? Like building a new beginning, like brick by brick, where it's promising. Could also mean engagement coming up here, okay? All right. Who is after Aries? It's Taurus, right? Taurus is next. All right. This is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome, guys. Welcome. If anybody's interested in a mini reading while I'm on the live, that's $17. If you want a private personal reading, all the information's in my description box. Okay, this is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We want to know what chakra does Taurus need to work on? What chakra does Taurus need to work on? Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I just really want to know which chakra. Okay, here we go. So for Taurus, you have solar plexus. You need to work on solar plexus, which is all about self-esteem. It's all about confidence, self-esteem, self-identity, self-respect, self-understanding, okay? I feel someone here is struggling with confidence, struggling a lot, things from the past, the past issues are coming up. Here we go. Past issues are coming up. Someone here is focused too much on an ex, and it's like it's a struggle to get over the ex. It's really hard to get over this ex, and it's almost like you feel like you can't move on. You can't find love like that again. So very important for you to focus on yourself and valuing yourself, okay? Focus on you. You got to work on yourself. You got to pull that energy back from your ex and put it back on you. The solar plexus is all about taking responsibility for the person that you've become, who you want to be, and standing in your power, okay? Learning to set boundaries with people. If you are struggling with an ex, you know, somebody who comes in and out of your life, it's important that you set boundaries, because if that person isn't going to give you the love that you want, then you need to set boundaries. You need to cut that person out if they're not going to sit down and have a conversation with you about the direction the relationship is going. You need to cut the relationship off and focus on you. Put the energy back on you. Make yourself number one, not this ex, okay? Make yourself number one, because I don't want you to feel like you're never going to find love again, or you're just waiting for this ex to come around. Like, you know exactly the kind of love that you want, and you need to go after it. But the only way to do that is to focus on you, put the energy back on you, remind yourself who you are, what you bring to the table. You know that you're a great person and you have a lot to give someone. And it's not asking for much for that other person to give you what you're giving to them, okay? So, I know sometimes that people want to have the kind of relationship that their parents have if they grew up in a two-parent family. Like, sometimes you might have grown up in a family where, you know, your parents are married, they're still together, and that's what you want, or that's what you think you should have. But honestly, you know, times are different now. They're not the same that they were 20 years ago. People viewed relationships differently. When your parents got married, those were different times. People wanted to get married. The man wanted to take care of the female. Times are different right now. The roles have kind of reversed. And so if you're a female, you want to be married to a man, you know, it's just different times, right? So just remember that that person that your ex that you wanted a relationship, that you invested so much time in, they might not be ready for a relationship. And if you don't set boundaries and let this person go, it's going to be a challenge for you to find someone to be with, right? Now, once you do that, once you set those boundaries, and you get clear on what it is that you want, and you are 100% sure about what you want, you're you will send out that energy, right? You'll send out that energy, and you'll be able to attract a partner who is right there with you. You'll be able to attract a partner who also understands that love is safe, right? Because you may not feel that way because you're trying to get rid of this ex, but here, you know, as you let that person go, life will show you that love is safe, and you'll be able to attract a partner who is at the same frequency as you. And I feel like this partnership is going to be mutual. This partnership is going to be mutual. You both will have the same attraction for one another. Both of you will have the same attraction for one another. It'll be clear that this person is just as interested in you as you are with them. And you'll open your eyes and you'll realize that this ex, it was good that, you know, you'll see them for who they really are, and you'll be able to move on and forget about them because you worked on yourself. You worked on strengthening your confidence in yourself. And once you do that, you will find a partner who wants to commit with you, okay? And I do see someone coming up. I do see this person, and it's someone that could be really hard to get, but for some reason, you know, your energy, once you work on yourself, on your confidence, your energy is going to read very confident, and this person is going to want to be with you. They're going to want to. Now, for some of you, it could be your ex coming back into the picture. For some of you, it could be your ex coming back into the picture, right? And you know, sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder. But if you're still communicating with that person, you're not really giving them a chance to forget about you. So, you know, as long as that person's not giving you what you want, it's time to let them go. Focus on you, focus on building your confidence. Remind yourself, you know, that you can find that love that you want, and you will, because someone's going to come in and you're both going to have the same attraction for one another. So it's almost like you have to go in hiding and hibernate for a little bit and work on yourself and then come back out. But there is somebody here that has their eye on you and they don't want to see you get away. So just be aware of that. This person does not want to see you get away. So work on your solar plexus, work on your confidence, and you'll see things change for you. Okay. Moving on to Gemini. Okay, so what chakra does Gemini need to focus on? Which chakra does Gemini need to focus on? As soon as these cards pop out. Which chakra does Gemini need to focus on? Which chakra does Gemini need to focus on? This one. Sacral chakra. Okay. Sacral chakra is all about, it's connected to the power of relationships. It's connected to the power of choice, right? Every choice you make has a consequence to it. So, how you deal with your choices is going to determine the direction your relationship is going to go. You can either choose to be, to have control over your situation, or you struggle with control and somebody else has control of your situation. But definitely there is someone here who is struggling to make a choice. There's someone here who's not sure of the direction they want to go in this situation. So just be aware of that. So that person, it could be you, it could be your partner. Someone here is struggling to make a decision about what they want. They're not clear about it. So if someone is not going to be clear about what they want, you have to take control of the situation. You cannot let someone else control the relationship. If a situation doesn't feel right, don't wait for the other person to talk to you. You have to make the decision for them. So whenever you're faced with a situation where there's no clarity, you don't have clarity, or someone is confused, that is a sign that you need to step away from that situation, okay? The minute you have to start asking questions about a situation, a relationship, like, where's this situation going? I don't know how this person feels about me. That tells me right away that that person is not being clear with their communication. And you shouldn't sit around waiting for anyone to make that decision. As soon as you're confused about a situation, pull back. Pull back. And you let that person know. You have to let them know, hey, I'm not sure where this is going. If you don't know what you want, I'm just going to step back. And, let me know when you're ready. If I'm available, then we can see where it goes, right? But someone here is confused. So, you might be questioning, is it safe for me to stay in this relationship? Is it safe for me to move forward here? Not really sure. I do get that someone is like, you might be, or the other person might be attracted to the other person, right? But it's almost like the feeling is not mutual. So I feel like there's competition here. There's something, so there's some details here in this situation that just isn't, it's not right. And so I feel like someone here has to pull back. I feel like someone here is going to pull back because it's like, I'm not going to be in this situation if I have to compete for your attention. So that's the feeling that I'm getting. Also, I feel like this, you could already be in a relationship with this person. You could be living with this person and or wanting, maybe you guys talked about moving in together, and it just seems a little confusing. Yeah, like somebody could be having second thoughts about moving in together or taking this relationship to the next level. And so it's causing a bit of confusion. So you probably need to step back, but I do see that there will be a solution coming up. I do feel that someone does want to find a solution to this situation. They want to work it out. Yeah, because someone here is struggling with trust issues. That's the thing. Someone here is struggling with trust issues. So it makes it a little bit challenging for them. So, but if someone is struggling, it's always good to pull back if one person is creating confusion here. Yeah, because there could be uneven energy here. Also how this relationship affects your life. Like, remember too, because anytime you're in a relationship and there's some kind of unbalanced energy or confusion in the relationship, or you're constantly arguing with your partner, that can affect your money flow as well. So be aware of that can affect your money flow. So you never want to be in a relationship where you're constantly arguing with your partner, because it always, your money is directly tied to your emotional state. So if you're always arguing all the time, it's going to be really difficult to be in that relationship. So this is why it's important that you take control of the situation. If someone is like unsure or not sure what direction they want to go in, it's important that you take charge. And if they're not sure, then you have to let them know, well, if you're not sure where you want to go with this relationship, then I can't be in it right now. You need to figure it out, So that's kind of how you have to deal with them. And there is, you also need to, yeah, because I see someone here with trust issues, and I feel like this person has not even started working on some of these trust issues, and it's like slapping a Band-Aid on a wound. And like, but even though this person has trust issues, it's like they're still willing to be in a relationship, right? They still want that security of being in a relationship. But the thing is, if you're not getting that person's attention 100%, then and they're still with one foot out the door, that's not fair to you. So that's why it's important that you need to take control of this situation rather than let the other person control it. All right, Gemini, I hope that made sense to you. Moving on to Cancer. All right, this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Which chakra does Cancer need to focus on? This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Which chakra does Cancer need to focus on? Okay. We have the root chakra, the base chakra. This is the beginning. This is like the root chakra is connected to the power of family and the behavior patterns that you inherit from your family, the belief patterns, how you view family. Is it toxic or is it safe? You know, do you feel safe and secure with your family? Do you feel welcomed with your family? Do you come from a big family that is very family oriented, you know? Or did your family abandon you? These are important things. I get very strong family here. I do get family oriented. For you, Cancer, I also feel like Cancer might be going to a wedding or having their own wedding. Could you be getting married, engaged, taking your relationship to the next level, maybe going away with your partner? I do get that family is very important in this situation. And it could be maybe that you want to be a part of a family. It could be that you yearn to be part of a family because you never had that before. That seems to be the energy around this. Like, family is very important to you. You want family. You want your own family. Maybe you want a partner that is family oriented. It could be that your partner is family oriented. I do see you focused on wanting that for yourself, in your relationship. That is very important. If it's something that's lacking, it's important that you talk to your partner about it so that they understand and you both agree to what it is that you want in your life. And sometimes you might come from a very big family, but your partner doesn't. Your partner may have had a bad experience with family, so they don't come from a big family. And sometimes when you introduce them to your big family, it could be a bit overwhelming to that person. So it's always good to have that conversation with your partner to know what kind of family did they come from, what are they used to, just so that you don't scare that person away. But I do see a gentleman here who's married, and I do see something significant happening in their life. And someone here could be looking for options. Someone here could be looking for options. Trying to figure things out, trying to resolve things. If there's a need for that. If there is a need to resolve things with their wife, with their partner, because I do see a wife here. I do see a mother. She could be a mother. She could be a wife. I do see trying to find resolutions with this person. So there could be, and I do get yes, that there will be, yes. There could be resolution here. That's something that you are wondering in your situation. That you could be heading towards marriage with someone, trying to create a very safe and secure and strong relationship. Yes. Also, for some of you, for some of you, this is another storyline that's coming in. For some of you, there's some kind of fear or concern about your material needs being met. So there is someone here who is concerned about how they're going to take care of themselves, how they're going to take care of their family. Somebody here who doesn't have enough money is what I'm getting. It's cold out. I don't have enough money. Am I going to be able to survive? So this could be you with your partner wondering like what's happening. There could have been a separation between the both of you. Maybe your partner walked away and you don't know what's going on with them, and they were the ones taking care of all the bills, but they left, and now you're concerned with your well-being. So just also be aware of that storyline is coming in as well. Okay, we're moving on to Leo. Leo, sun, moon, and rising. This message is for Leo. What chakra does Leo need to focus on? What chakra does Leo need to focus on? Heart chakra. Wow, this is crazy because Leo is in the 5th house. The 5th house focuses on the heart, right? And love and romance and family and children. So the heart chakra is coming up. This is about how you process your emotions. Is your heart closed or is it open, Leo? Is your heart closed or is it open? This came out. Is your heart open or is it closed? And didn't I mention children? Oh, I hate when that happens. Okay. So for you, Leo, I feel like the focus on your heart. Also, take care of your heart, because if your chest is feeling a little tight, a lot of times when we neglect our emotions, we neglect processing our emotions. If you're the type of person that just like blocks off your emotions for things, like maybe you might feel emotional about a situation, but then you just block it out and you decide you're not even going to feel anything, you're not really processing your emotions well. It's important that you do that, because over time, if you don't process your emotions well, you start to have issues in the heart area. So you could be having blood pressure issues. You can be having issues with your heart, heart attack, a stroke, things like that. If you start getting heartburn and you get that frequently and you're not really eating foods that are too acidic, you need to really, be careful and get yourself checked out and make sure that you're taking care of your heart. This is about processing your emotions. It's also about forgiving, right? So as we're on this healing journey, it's important that you practice the act of forgiving. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean that, it's okay for that the other person hurt you and letting them back into your life. That's not forgiveness. To me, that's not forgiveness. Forgiveness is when you choose to release a situation because you understand it and you're not going to let it consume your life. So like, if you were in a relationship with someone and it didn't work out, and it was someone that you really liked, and that person just cut you off and you're heartbroken because it didn't work, and now you feel like you don't want to deal with anybody anymore, and you're mad at them, you're angry at them for doing that. Like, it's important that you process those emotions and you understand where that person was coming from, that maybe that person just wasn't ready for you. And you kind of have to see it as a blessing that they exited your life rather than stay and cause you grief, right? But it's important that we process emotion. It's important that we process our emotions and we understand why something didn't work out, why the person treated us the way they did, and then keep it moving, not block it out and choose to not deal with it. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to hold on to that energy, and then every time you meet somebody, you're attracting the same kind of person, right? And you're experiencing the same things that you experienced in that last relationship. So it's important that you process your emotions, that you practice forgiveness, practice forgiving. If you're angry with someone, practice letting that anger go. I do get that there is a situation here that's coming up. And I feel like maybe in the past it didn't work out because either that person was acting like a child, or somebody here has children and the other person doesn't. And so that kind of affected the relationship, right? But I feel like this person could be coming back in. This person could be coming back in to your life, and maybe this person wants to take this relationship to the next level. Someone is coming in your life and they want to take the relationship to the next level of commitment. So either that's a literal engagement, or just dealing with you more steady, right? I do get yes, I do get commitment, I do get, I get mother, I get wife. So it's possible that this person does have intentions of wanting to take this relationship to the next level, even possibly marriage could be coming through in this situation. So it's either someone that you're dealing with now that hasn't commit, or someone's going to come in the picture and they're going to commit to you. So just be aware of that. And this person could be trying to come in very fast. So just be aware. You don't have to go at the same pace as them. You can take all the time you need in this situation until you feel 100% secure. But somebody has been watching you, somebody has been keeping an eye on you, and they could be watching you on social media. They could be like spying on you through social media, but they haven't really communicated to you, or maybe they don't want you to know that they're spying on you, but they really are. So just be aware of that. But I feel like this person is wants to work with you. They want to get together with you and build something with you. Something promising, something, solid. But I do feel like this person is watching you, and they're trying to figure out when's the best time to come in. They also want to know if you're dealing with someone else. If this is someone you've been distant with, I feel like they're trying to get information, like they want to know what else has been going on in your personal life. So just be aware of that. And this is someone who is very hard to get in a relationship with. Like, this person, it seemed like there's somebody who is very challenging to be in a personal relationship with. And but I feel like they're willing to try this relationship with you, because I do get commitment, I get forgiveness, I get commitment coming through. So it's like you're both are being guided to give this relationship another chance, and that's exactly what you end up doing, giving it another chance. I feel like this person had other options and they just were like, who do I invest in? Which person should I invest in? But I do see them coming back. wanting to have a new beginning with you. And I do feel like this person is going to want to share a little bit more with you. Like when they come back, you're going to sense something different about them. Like they've evolved in some way. But this new beginning is going to come as a shock to you. Like you're definitely going to be shocked by this person coming back. And I get that a lot of sexual energy around this situation, so be aware. Like don't be intimate with this person right away. But I do feel like when this person comes back, it's going to be like planting a seed. And you know how when you plant a seed and then it just starts sprouting in a couple weeks or in days, it begins to sprout. It's sort of like very effortless like that, like when you're planting a seed. So that's what I'm getting. New beginning here as well. It's a new beginning. All right, Leo, good luck with that. That sounds, pretty good. Someone coming in and love coming in. Who's next? Virgo? Okay. We have Virgo is next. Which chakra does Virgo need to focus on? Okay, Virgo. Third eye chakra. So this is about like your intellect, your intuition, your reasoning, your ability to reason, like your ability to see things without having to have or need hardcore proof. So it's like using your intuition. It's like using your intuition. Okay. Virgo. Oh, Virgo. This one looks good. So intuition, using your intuition to see things far better than if they were present. Being able to see things, use your intuition to see things, to feel. If you get a feeling about something, don't second guess it. Don't second guess it. There is somebody here that is coming up, and there is a lot of passion between you and this other person. Don't deny it. You've been running away from it is what I'm getting. There is going to be reconciliation that comes up with this person, and I think you should go for it. I don't think that you should be scared to move forward with this person. I feel like this person's energy has scared you a lot, but you need to get over that. Stop dealing with the other people that you've been dealing with. Yes, because again, I get confirmation of reconciliation here. I also get very strong sexual energy, so just be aware of that. But I do get one, like reconciliation is coming through very strong, and so be aware of that. Here's a third confirmation of reconciliation. Okay, so definitely someone from your past is coming back, or you're coming back into someone's life again, and you really need to listen to your intuition that you might have been running away from this person, and maybe you thought that, your ego was telling you this person wasn't the one, but deep down inside when you're with this person, they have a very soft nature about them, and you do feel safe with them. And I feel like this person has made it clear to you how they feel about you, but you haven't accepted you know, you shut down because it feels like you want your freedom, but at the same time you want someone there. You want someone there. And I feel like this person opened their heart up to you and you kind of just rejected it. To put it lightly, you rejected it. And you kept moving forward because, I don't know, maybe you think like you're missing out, or you were juggling other people. That's what it is. You or the other person were juggling other people. But you've been ignoring your intuition, and you need to pay attention to it. If it's telling you that this person is safe to be with, then you should move forward. You could be missing out on the love of your life. You haven't even given this person a real fair chance. I don't get that there was a relationship before. I get that you guys were dealing with each other. Like, you might have been hooking up with this person, but there was never a committed relationship. You never gave it a chance. And now you're being guided to give it a chance. Reconcile and just let it unfold how it's going to unfold. You're the one that's blocking yourself from having true love. You could have a wonderful relationship with this person, build your own family with this person. So give this relationship another chance and watch how it moves forward for you. And you could end up with the love of your life. I mean, they're saying that true love exists here. This relationship is the romance of a lifetime. So what are you waiting for, Virgo? Okay. Who's next? Virgo, Libra. All right, what chakra does Libra need to focus on? Hey guys, welcome. So glad that you all are here. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss a live. Also, if you're interested in a personal reading with me, all of my information is going to be in the description box below. So just let me know. I do mini reads when I'm on the live. They are $17 if you're interested. You can just go to the link in my description box and pay for the reading, and then let me know that it was paid for, and then I will give you a read. Okay, Libra. What is going on in your love life, Libra? Which chakra do you need to focus on, Libra? Libra, you have to balance the scales of justice. Okay, throat chakra, Libra. Throat chakra. Are you struggling, Libra? Are you struggling with making a decision? Are you struggling to make a decision, a very hard decision right now? Are you struggling with that? Here's a sign if you are. You have issues with your teeth, your gums, your teeth. Maybe a tooth gets infected or it cracks. Or you have gingivitis or something starts happening. That's a sign that you are struggling to make a decision in a situation that you know you need to get out of. So, you have to learn to surrender your personal will to divine will. okay? You got to learn to surrender your personal will to divine will. If you're in a situation and it's not making you happy, it's not the situation that you really want to be in, because I'm getting it's time to end. It's time to end something. There's some like letting go of the past. It might not be something that's happening now. It could just be the past. It could be that you're holding on to the past and you just need to let it go. You just need to let go of the past so that you can enjoy, the life that you are living. But for some of you, you could be, definitely you're focused on the past or something lingering from the past that's interfering in your relationship. So you definitely got to work on that. You got to work on communicating. You might be trying to control the direction a situation goes, but you're just focused on the past. So it's like you can't move forward if you're looking backwards, right? You can't do it. You have to, work on the past, let it go, and then focus on your future. But it could be you struggle to let go of the past, but there's a new beginning that's coming up here for you. And this is going to be a solid new beginning, a solid new beginning. And this is like laying down brick by brick by brick. And this new beginning could also be very abundant for you, like prosperity, abundance, money. There could be a new job that comes in for you at this time. It could be something like that. But whatever it is, the situation, you're struggling to make the decision. And the longer you struggle, the more you're holding off on, enjoying life for yourself or living a peaceful life. But there is a separation that is going to come up, and it's probably, you've been contemplating making a decision. You've been contemplating it. This situation could also be affecting your money flow. So just be aware that whenever we're in a situation, in a relationship where we're constantly arguing with our partners, it affects our money flow. So you'll see your money dwindling, but the minute you let go of that situation, you're back in the game, So just be aware, because I do see like bankruptcy. This could be literal bankruptcy, or it can be just emotional bankruptcy. Somebody's just draining you. Don't feel bad about walking away. There is hope. You're holding off on living a better life, so don't hold off on it. Just focus on, if you do get a new job, and it looks like a new job is coming in, because I get apprenticeship. So you could be training, or you're going to be training for a new job. You definitely want to be in the right state of mind for that, right? So you don't need any drama in your life. So just be aware of that. Whatever decisions you have to make, if it is a separation that's coming up, don't try to avoid it, okay? That's the worst thing to do. You have to step back and just let it unfold however it's going to unfold. You will always end up in a better place. You'll always end up in a better place. So just be aware of that. Okay, moving on to, who are we moving on to? Scorpio. All right, that was Libra. We're now moving on to Scorpio. What chakra does Scorpio need to focus on? This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, we got throat chakra again. All right, Scorpio. I feel Scorpio, like right away, the thing that is coming, the thing that is coming to my mind for you, Scorpio, is personal expression for you, like how you express yourself. Creatively, personally, you know, how you communicate, because we have the throat chakra here. So, maybe you like to journal as opposed to talking to people. That could be something that's easy for you. When it comes to dealing with conflicts with people, you could be the type that just withdraws because, you know, you just don't want to argue with anyone, right? You don't want to argue with anyone. So you could be, or you just don't like conflict. You know, conflict just triggers. It triggers a bad memory, and you don't want to, you know, yell or scream or any of those things. No one really likes that. But a lot of people, you know, will back away and they don't want to deal with it. Maybe you have your friends trying to help you out here. Maybe your friends are trying to help you out with a situation. Maybe you're communicating with your friends, but communication is coming up for sure. Personal expression, how you express yourself, is very important, especially if you're looking to either sustain a relationship or be in a relationship. Communicating is very important. Expressing yourself, being very clear about what you want and not settling for anything. And I do see someone here who's very grounded, who is very family oriented, very grounded. Calm energy is what I'm getting. And focusing on building their wealth. You're focused on building your wealth right now, which is good. Very good, because you don't want anything coming in between. I do get justice. Justice is coming up, so this could be, are you in court for anything? Are you in court fighting for your money, or do you have to sue someone, or maybe you work for the courts? It could be something like that. It could be, yeah, I just get like communication, like maybe holding things in, not communicating something when you need to. Maybe you're dealing with a father figure or someone who's very authoritative. You could be dealing with someone like that. And maybe they're a lot, you know, intimidating, or their energy comes off very strong and you're very light, and so you don't really communicate that well. But this could also be someone who works in the courts, and maybe this is someone you have an interest in, but you're scared to talk to them. Right? Yes. Okay, so Spirit is confirming yes. You're scared to talk to them. So closed mouths don't get fed. Just remember that. The answer will always be no until you ask. So it's okay to stir up a conversation. It's okay to, you know, say hi, initiate saying hi. There could be something bothersome about this person. Maybe you feel like you have to compete for their attention, is what I'm getting. You could be feeling like you have to compete for their attention, and you don't want to do that. So you just keep quiet. But I feel like this situation is teaching you to express yourself, say what you want, be very clear about it. So there is no confusion. Letting go of things that happened in the past. Everyone isn't the same. Yeah. I feel like there was a situation in the past, didn't work out the way you thought. Maybe you thought you could work things out with this person, but it turns out you couldn't. And there was a lot of confusion about staying together. Maybe it was going to cost a lot of money to separate. Maybe somebody here is concerned about money, is what I'm getting. Concerned about their financial status. Choices, contracts, I'm getting coming through. A new beginning. A new beginning is coming up in this situation that seems a little bit challenging. But I do get a new beginning is coming up. So if it has been challenging for you and maybe you've been avoiding communicating or something connected to communicating using your voice, personal expression, contracts, things like that, it's important that you have a conversation and just be clear about, where you stand. Be clear about what it is that you want. Also, books is coming up, journals, things like that. I don't know if you journal, you could be journaling. Maybe you could be writing poetry. Maybe you're thinking of writing a book. I say go for it because I do get personal expression very strong here. So that could be a sign that you just need to go for it and write that book if that's something that you want to do. For some reason, it's coming up and it could be significant to this situation, okay? All right. That was for Scorpio, right? That was for Scorpio. All right, Sagittarius is next. This is going to be for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, right away you're getting the crown chakra. The crown chakra, which is the seventh chakra, which is the chakra that sits at the top of your head. And that chakra teaches us to have a very strong connection with spirituality, devotion, having faith. The lesson is to focus on the present moment, not what happened in the past, not what could happen in the future, but to really stay in the present moment. And in order to stay in the present moment, you have to have faith. You have to have faith. Okay. Yes, having faith, devotion, these things are very important. Evolving spiritually, there's like a certain, how do I say, when you're working on strengthening your spirituality, you kind of go through these different phases. You go through these different phases in life, and there's a period in your life where you go through a really dark phase and you experience a lot of, hardship. And once you understand why you experience it, you kind of elevate to the next level, and then it becomes easier whenever you deal with challenges in your life. It becomes a little bit easier because you understand how things work and why things happen, and you learn to live a little bit more righteous life and more conscious life. You're more conscious of the decisions that you make in life. So that is what the crown chakra teaches you. But most importantly, it is devotion and having faith. Like, that is so important when you're working on the crown chakra, because if you don't believe in anything, then it's so hard to find joy in your life when you don't believe in anything. So there is someone coming up here, and I feel like you question if that person is your soulmate. And I do feel that there's going to be lessons here, a lot of lessons here to learn in this connection, and for your betterment, for your evolvement. But definitely this person is your soulmate, okay? This person is your soulmate. Yes, they are. And you might have a very strong connection to them. You feel their energy, right? You do, but something is going on here. There's some kind of conflict here where somebody might not feel ready for this connection, or maybe they're not sure about this connection. I see someone here who's unbalanced, mentally unbalanced. They could even have a lot going on in their life. They could be juggling a lot, juggling a couple jobs, juggling life in general, having a lot of responsibilities. But, or they could be dealing with someone else. But this person is juggling and they feel a little bit unbalanced. And that's causing a little bit of confusion in this relationship. Yeah. This could be a mother, because there are children here. So this could be someone who's a mother, and maybe they have children, and because they have children, it's kind of interfering in the direction this relationship is going in. But I also see like a tower moment. Something happened here. Something significant happened. And it's causing someone to want to change the direction of their life here. So, so just be aware of that. Yeah, because I see someone trying to control the direction that their life is going in. Maybe they feel like they don't have control, or something happened, something significant happened, and it's like this person is just trying to steer the direction that their life is going in. Could also be someone who's controlling. Yeah, bumping heads with someone, not seeing eye to eye in this situation. So someone here could be feeling hopeless, a lot of stress from this situation. So they kind of had to pull back so that just to kind of relax. Maybe the situation has you feeling sick. Sometimes you're dealing with a lot of stress that you start to get sick. And if that's the situation, then you're being guided to kind of turn to God and turn to spirituality and pray about it. And just kind of surrender and let God or the universe do what it's going to do to resolve this situation. Because there is confusion here. And I do feel that someone here maybe is falling into a depression. You could be crying a lot about this situation. There's children involved, or someone is acting like a child. It could be that too. But I do feel, and it could be for some of you, it's someone that you're married to, it's someone that you have a relationship with or connection to. Could be, someone you have kids with, but definitely you're being guided to focus on the present moment and to devote yourself to spirituality and to practice having faith and to practice surrendering to find resolution to this situation. Okay? So that was for Sagittarius. I hope that made sense. Who's after Sagittarius? I guess it's Capricorn, right? It's Capricorn. Oof. Okay. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What chakra does Capricorn need to focus on? Archangel Raphael's coming through and working with you, Capricorn, to try to help you to heal from the past. There's been some things, things from the past that are affecting you right now. And I feel like it feels like that you have a block in your ear chakra, which tells me that you're not really paying attention to the guidance that is trying to come through for you right now. There's, spirit is trying to talk to you, your spirit guides, your ancestors, someone who cares about you is trying to talk to you, and you're just not listening. And by not listening, you're going to end up putting yourself in a very bad situation that's going to cost you. And it can cost you in a number of ways. It can cost you financially. It could cost your health. It can cost you more trauma in your life. So I say pay attention to the messages that are coming through, because there is somebody here that you're dealing with, and it's very one-sided, this connection. It's very one-sided. And you might have been warned about this situation, but you're not doing what you have to do to let it go. It's very uneven. You're putting more into this situation that you need to. I feel like you want reconciliation in this situation, but it's not really worth it. It's not. Yeah, it's like you want to deepen this connection, or somebody here wants to deepen this connection. They want reconciliation. They want to give this relationship another try, but not sure that that's the best decision. There are children involved. That's definitely confirmation. I do feel it's like with someone that you've known for a really long time, or someone from your past that's coming in. But even, yeah, I get confirmation it's someone who wants reconciliation. But this may not be the best situation for you to get into. I know you're feeling hopeful about it. There's too many details here that you're ignoring. Too many details, so you need to pull back. You need to pull back and not get involved just yet. There are financial concerns here as well is coming up. Trying to get something from someone, trying to get something, yes. Yeah, this relationships definitely is significant. So we could be talking about someone, an ex, somebody, the father of your children, or, you know, this one is a deep connection. But I feel like I get poverty here. So that tells me that, like, this person in some way left you out in the cold. And you're ignoring that fact. I feel like you're affected financially, like this situation is affecting you financially. And you're ignoring that just to be in a relationship with this person, because maybe you both share children. But it's not really worth it with this person. If they come back, it's going to be short-lived. Like, if you guys are separated and this person comes back and you're living together, you know, trying to have this relationship, it's going to be short-lived. They're doing it just to get their foot in the door, but it's not going to last for a very long time. And I feel like your spirit guides have been trying to tell you that. Like, stop trying to hold on to this relationship that's not going to last long. And a lot of this has to do with the past, your past, and maybe you didn't, growing up, you didn't see your mom in like really good relationships, so you never had like a role model to teach you, or maybe your dad wasn't around. So in this area, like with relationships and men, you struggle with that. So, Archangel Raphael is here like, hey, I'm trying to help you to heal. I'm trying to send you messages and you're not listening. So just be aware of that, Capricorn. Listen to your inner guidance. It's there to protect you. It will never steer you wrong. Never, ever, ever. Okay, next up is Aquarius. Aquarius. This is for Aquarius. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Michael both coming through here. Whoa. Okay. All right. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I just saw a card flip. Okay. Okay. All right, Aquarius. We got the throat chakra here, so that tells me that you are struggling with making a decision. There's a situation that maybe you are trying to fix, but this is one of those situations where you kind of have to step back and surrender and let, divine will take over and figure the relationship out, whatever the situation is. Divine will has to come in and just let it unfold however it's gonna unfold. I feel like there were some red flags in this situation that you were ignoring, which is not good. There are some red flags, but you chose to ignore it, probably because you thought you were going to benefit from this situation. But either you're acting like a child or somebody in this situation is acting like a child, not really, you know, mature enough to deal with this, or just acting like a child is what I'm getting. Or there could actually be children involved in this situation. So just be aware of that. But I see something from the past that is kind of affecting your decision making in this situation. Like maybe you are avoiding, maybe you're avoiding the situation. Maybe you're avoiding the signs, the red flags. You're avoiding them. You're not really paying attention to them. And that's going to create some imbalances in this situation. I feel like one person in this situation is giving a lot. I feel like one person in this relationship is giving a lot more than the other. So it feels a little bit unbalanced. So if you have any fears, you got to let them go, so that this relationship can be balanced, because it could be that the other person is giving more than you are, and the reason why you don't give as much is because you're worried about losing whatever you have. But and probably from a past relationship, maybe because you lost a lot in a past relationship. But there's a new beginning that's coming up here that they're showing. It's a new beginning. And this new beginning is going to be very significant, very different from the last chapter of your life. Very different. So a lot for you to think about. This definitely has to do with a relationship, a choice, making a decision in this relationship is what I'm getting. So a situation is coming up, you have to make a choice. And I see you pausing. You're holding off. You're not ready to make a choice. You're struggling with that. So just be aware of that. If you are stuck and you're not making a decision about something very important, it's going to affect you negatively. So you gotta do something. I feel like this decision has to do with a relationship, like living with someone or getting married, something like that. creating a happy home. I get children. Maybe there's children involved. Maybe someone wants to get married. Maybe someone wants to move in together. It's something like a very strong commitment. Something happened. Something happened here, and because there's a need for resolution, reconciliation. So something happened here. So maybe there's a disagreement about a topic, about something, and you guys have to come to an agreement, you and your partner. And I see two females here. I mean, one could be your mother, the other one could be your partner. Or one is you, one is somebody's mother or something like that. Or this could be another person. This could be somebody you were involved with. I get trust issues coming up. And issues with the past or not resolving things from the past. So be aware of that. Yeah. So whatever's going on in this situation, you need to make a decision. And maybe you're communicating with someone from the past and you need to cut off that communication. Could be it. But if you wanted to know if this person is the one for you, or is your soulmate, this is confirmation. Also, just remember that soulmates teach us a lot of lessons. Okay? Soulmates teach us a lot of lessons. So sometimes they're not the person that we end up with. They're just the person that we learn another lesson from. Yeah. Also, I feel like there's someone from the past that is trying to creep in this situation. So don't get tempted if that is for you. Yeah, that will cause too much stress. All right, guys. That is all that I have for you. That was for Aquarius. That's all that I have for you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss my lives. Also, if you're interested in a personal read, all of my information is in the description box. And you can always schedule a private reading with me, a chakra consultation if you're wanting to know which chakras you need to work on. And also my podcast, Chakra Confessions, is live on Apple Podcasts. If you haven't checked it out, right now I'm doing a series on the root chakra and family, and how that affects, us, how that affects us, from the root, beginning from the root. So it's very interesting. The last episode I just posted up was about going no contact with family. And, it's been a hot topic recently since Oprah did her podcast on going no contact. If you didn't watch that, I watched it. I thought it was pretty good when I was doing research on the topic. And I think it's worth listening to help you find clarity if you're someone that is in that situation where you decide to go no contact with a parent or a relative. So yeah. So everything's in the description box. If you want to check out the podcast, that would be really great. Share it with somebody who could use the information. Also check out my Substack. I have articles in there as well. So, all right, guys. Thanks so much for following. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button so that you catch me whenever I'm live. And I will check you guys out on the next live.